Hi, I'm Brooke, and this is my assessment 2, which is based on the sustainability of palm oil production. As the demand for palm oil increases, so too does a concern for the environment. These concerns are not a result of the palm oil, but of the land required to produce it. Essentially, though the benefits of palm oil are sustainable, the production practices are not. The sustainability of palm oil is quite often debated in the media, making it an interesting yet familiar topic to research. It also has sentimental value due to its contribution to the endangerment of species, causing even more interest and perhaps being my main motivation behind the choosing of this topic. My initial methodology included searches using Google Scholar and the Curtin University Library database, and remains unchanged. The proposed keywords for searching, however, have changed. With information coming to light after the initial search, I was able to narrow my results. For example, after learning deforestation was a result of palm oil production, I searched specifically for deforestation. However, I have experienced some difficulties finding research that is relevant due to the large amount available. So what is palm oil? How is it produced? And what are the implications? Palm oil has become popular due to its versatility and its sustainability. It is a promising source of both food and biodiesel. However, the land required to produce palm oil means its production practices are not quite as sustainable. In 2010, palm oil production required 7.8 million hectares of land in Indonesia alone, land that was initially forest and peatland. Deforestation and fires occurred to clear that land for production plants and have had many negative effects on the environment. These effects have included contributing to carbon emissions and even species endangerment, including orangutans, rhinos, and tigers. So the question begs, is there anything being done to minimise these effects? Well, in 2011, Indonesia introduced a moratorium on new licensed areas for palm oil plantations in an attempt to reduce emissions. However, this moratorium does not include prohibitions on existing licenses. There are regulations in place prohibiting the use of fire as preparation for land, and the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil, or the RSPO, has comprised a set of standards that outline the practices for the sustainable production of palm oil. These standards aim to address the environmental requirements and are based on principles such as environmental responsibility and conservation of natural resources and biodiversity. Another reasonable question to ask is there anything else that could be done? Existing concessions and protected areas together contribute to 79.8% of emissions. If the moratorium were extended to include the existing concessions, emissions could be reduced more drastically. There has also been discussion of a carbon payment program introduction, as well as a legislate by the Indonesian government addressing the sustainability of palm oil production. If either of these were put forward, it could help immensely. I would like to extend my search to discover what should happen given these standards and legislations are not met. But how is any of this relevant to the Australian curriculum? According to the science strand of the Australian curriculum, the issue I have discussed today relates directly to a number of content descriptors in the years 1 and 2. The first descriptor can be communicated through the endangerment of species as a result of the production practices of palm oil. It highlights the fact that animals have a certain environment in which they thrive, and when that environment is taken from them, in this case through deforestation, their needs cannot be met and therefore their livelihood is threatened. The second descriptor can also be related to the research surrounding palm oil production and its effect on the environment, as students are able to observe the way in which researchers help to identify and solve the environmental problems being experienced due to palm oil. Lastly, this content descriptor can be explored through the changes the environment has experienced as a result of deforestation and the other effects of palm oil production. Thank you for watching.